That clip you just saw there, everyone thinks it won't happen to them until it does, and it pays to have some sort of evidence. Otherwise, it's just your words against theirs. Which is why today I'm installing the Vantrue N4 Pro S to protect my pride and joy. This is a 3-channel dash cam, which means it has one pointing up the front, there's another one at the back, and then another one pointing back into the cabin. On top of that, I've got a LTE Remote Module, which lets you remotely dial in from anywhere to check up on your car. I've got a 1TB SD card, a hardwire kit, and a CPL lens. I'll show you how that works later in this video. So, is the N4 Pro S any good? And is the whole setup simple enough for a simpleton like me to put it all together? Hi, my name's Jeremy. How hard can it be?
How hard can it be?
Now, before we stick anything onto the windscreen, let's talk about some specs. The Vantrue N4 Pro S is a 3-channel dashcam. Up front, you get the 4K HDR camera. This is the business end of things. It's supposed to capture all the details, faces, number plates, everything that you don't realize you need until something happens. But the most important part is how it does it. It uses a Sony Starvis 2 sensor, which means that when the sun goes down, the image still holds together. Most dash cams are great during daytime, but at night, the headlights flares up and the whole image becomes a blurry guessing game. But this one is built for low light, street lights, car parks, late night drives. It actually holds on to the details, and it shoots at a higher frame rate too, which sounds boring, but it actually matters because when someone cuts you off or clips your bumper, it doesn't happen slowly. Having higher frame rate means that when you pause the video, the details are still there. Now, the rear camera is a 1440p camera. It shoots at 2.5K, so you still get a lot of detail. Now, shooting back into the cabin is a 1080p camera. Great if you're a rideshare driver or you just like to capture those funny, candid family moments. Now, once we've done all the installation, we'll come back and check out the video quality. Now, let's get installing. Now, to power up your Vantrue N4 Pro S, you do get a few options. You can use the not so permanent solution, the cigarette lighter option. Or if you're after a permanent solution, you can use the hardwire kit. But to save yourself all the trouble, try getting the ODB hardwire kit, because with this, you don't have to be an auto electrician, you don't have to pull open panels and tap into fuses. With this, you literally plug this into the ODB port, and it also comes with a low voltage protection. So when the battery runs a bit low, it will cut off power automatically, which means your dash cam doesn't kill your battery and you don't get stranded while protecting your car, which is actually something that happened to us while camper vanning in Japan. Woke up in sweaty Kyoto today. It's raining a bit outside and we could not start the car. Eventually, we called for help and got going again. The point of the story is, if you're going to be using the cigarette lighter option to power the dashcam, make sure you unplug it before calling it a night. Now, enough daydreaming, let's get installing and cue the montage. Now, the first accessory I want to talk about is the CPL lens. This is a circular polarizing lens. In the movie industry, they use this sort of stuff. They put this on their camera so that their cameras can shoot through the windscreen, and it cuts off the reflections so that you can see the actor. In our use case, it's the same idea here. This lets you cut off the windscreen reflections, glare, and lets you see what's outside the car, not the dash reflected back at you. This is with the CPL off, and this is with the CPL on. See the difference? Now, the next accessory I want to talk about is the 1TB SD card, which might sound like an overkill, but have a think about it. This is a 4K camera. Out the back, you're shooting another 2.5K, and then the interior cabin camera, that's a HD camera. That's a lot of data, and having that 1TB storage means that the footage won't be looping overnight, or you won't be overwriting it over the next few days. Remember how when you see a random scratch or a dent and you've only realized it a week later? Having that 1TB SD card means that the footage could still be there, so you can find out who actually perpetrated the dent. Now, the next accessory I've got is more high-tech and a little finicky to install. This is the LTE Remote View Module. You will need a extra SIM card with some data for it to work, but once it's all set up, you can check up on your car, see what's happening inside, and you can locate your car with the onboard GPS from anywhere. Let me show you how. Using the Vantrue app, even if you're at the tennis watching your favorite player, you can still keep an eye on your van. How it works is that it uses the 4G network from your SIM card to broadcast the video over the internet into your phone. And with that, you can track your car using GPS at all times. Plus, when you turn on motion detection and collision alerts, you'll also get notifications on your phone the moment something happens. That peace of mind knowing that you can check your vehicle at any time is totally worth it. When it comes to image quality, the N4 Pro S delivers noticeably better clarity and sharpness with a wider dynamic range. Compared to the Vantrue N2S I previously owned, the difference is obvious. Fine details are clearer, highlights are better controlled, and the footage holds up much better when you actually need to zoom in and read the details.
Freeze and enhance.
And when it's nighttime, it's the same thing too. Better clarity, less glare, you can see everything, even the plates on a moving car.
There, freeze that.
Enhanced.
So, is the Vantrue N4 Pro S any good? For a 3-channel dashcam with 4K parking mode and excellent night vision that costs around 580 Aussie dollars at the time of recording, I think it's a pretty good investment to protect your pride and joy. The best thing I like about it is probably the LTE Remote View Module. This thing lets me check up on my car remotely from anywhere. I like being able to check the cabin and see what's happening. The downside of it is probably having to get a extra SIM card, so that's an extra cost. Was it all simple enough for someone like me to put it all together? Well, it did take a little bit longer than expected, roughly 3 hours, so it's definitely doable as a weekend project. The hardest part about it is probably just hiding the wires. But as long as you hook everything up and you mock up where you are going to attach these devices, you should be fine. They do supply extra sticky tape so that if you do make a mistake, you can take it out and redo it. Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the show, and if you have, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!